now. Hello everyone. Hello. Welcome to tonight's live stream. I'm on camera because I actually got up and got ready today. And I also got rid of the Christmas tree. So it is no longer Christmas. It is Valentine's Day. I've been doing Valentine's Day cards for a while now, but it still felt like Christmas and I just wasn't ready to let go of Christmas quite yet. We got all of the other Christmas trees, because we have multiple in our house. We got all of those put away, but the one in the craft room remained. So finally put that away today. So here we are. This is going to be the second to last envelope for Mail Art Month. The last one will be Wednesday. And those of you who are part of my premium membership, you may have already seen it because I filmed it last week on Friday. I apologize. I missed my regular Friday video, but I just didn't have time to edit that one. So it will now be Wednesday's video. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. Today's envelope is actually going to be paired up with a card that I have already made. This is a card that I made earlier this year. So this is the card. This is using, I think it's, what is it? Out of This World stamp set, I think, from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm going to be making a galaxy envelope. I have a little bit of a plan for this envelope. We will see how it goes. So it's a 5x7 card. So I've got a 5x7 envelope. Let me grab it. 5x7 envelope. This is just one from Paper Source. I've picked out postage stamps because I have quite a few that are sort of like space galaxy themed. And so I wanted to pick them out before I got started. And also just so I have an idea of where the postage stamps will be while I'm doing the designing of my envelope. Okay, I picked out an address, and this person submitted their address about 30 minutes ago. So I really hope they're watching. This is going to go to Shorna K. Richards. And then, like Googling, I'm a Google person all the time. I go Google everything. I Googled a font that looks like the NASA logo. And I came up with this font. So here is Shorna's name for the envelope. So I can start to think about how exactly I want to do this. All right, I'm going to get some cheap typing paper because I like to blend onto paper so that the paper will absorb the ink and then it won't transfer to the back of my project, whatever that is, whether it's a card or an envelope. So I'm going to... Oh, Cheryl's saying do it like the Star Wars opening. What's funny is I did do a Star Wars envelope, if you guys remember, and it was going to a woman with the last name Hans, or Hans. I thought that was awesome, kind of like Han Solo. And I totally made it look like the Star Wars logo. It was really fun. I want to say the one other time that I did a galaxy with ink blending, I did like layers of color underneath and then brought in black over the top. That's essentially how I do watercolor galaxies as well. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I picked out some colors of Distress ink. Those are the colors I've picked out. Like that. You know what? I'm going to dip into that before it's really absorbed. There we go. We're going for that color. I am not afraid to have like a really bright pink area, because we're going to cover a lot of that up anyway. All right. This is going to be a hot mess. But you know what? Galaxies always look like a hot mess when you're creating them until you get to the point where you're adding the black. And then when you add the black, you're like, ooh. And then you add like some white paint splatter or something, and then it just starts to come together. All right. Mustard seed. I really needed to re-ink these anyway, right? All right, let's do a little of this yellow right over here. It's mostly going to be covered up by the postage stamps, really. Let's overlap these and get some green. All right. Like, I'm not going to try doing it before putting the reinker on. Just put the reinker on. Okay. Get a little bit of that. or a lot of that wilted violet. And I'm just gonna bring that in right here. I'm losing some of the blue, really. And I think I'm gonna bring that blue back with whatever's left on the thing, and I'll just add that over here since we lost some of that. Get a little more of that green. So I've got my black soot ink pad here. I'm just gonna go ahead and re-ink it. I mean, why not? Because I have a feeling it's gonna need it. All right, we'll just put a bunch on there. Okay, and I am going to switch to a blending brush because I think I do want a little bit of a softer blend on this. I'm gonna let this absorb a little bit. I don't wanna pick up like a huge puddle of ink. I want it to be a softer blend so that I can get some more transparent areas. I'm gonna wanna put a lighter blend on here at first and then build up pockets of darker black. I'm also slightly concerned that all of the ink is bleeding completely through the envelope. No transfer, it's just on the one side. You know what, to be safe, let's put some cardstock in it. Okay, now it's nice and safe. I do have a little bit of ink that came over that edge because it was super juicy. So I'm just gonna start coming in, and I need to add some dark areas. I'm tempted to just go direct with my ink pad onto the envelope, but I will refrain. It's already starting to look a little bit more mysterious. I'm gonna try to keep this bright pink spot. And you know what? The round shape of the brush almost mimics like that. You know how you get sort of a cloud shape with galaxy stuff? You know, a lot of times. Remember how I said I wanted her name to be right here? I'm gonna try to go across that area with the black and make sure it's nice and dark. Okay, and then I'm gonna come in and start getting more of the black kind of up here. I'm sad that the postage will mostly cover all of that yellow, but that's okay. We want it to be mostly dark and mysterious with just like little tiny punches of color. I'm trying to get some more like blobby areas of the black. Okay, I love this. It's looking much more mysterious now. It looks like a hot mess now, but once we add the white stars, it's gonna look great. I'm gonna put the postage back on the envelope just for placement while I get where I'm going to have her address. Her name and address, actually. Okay. I want to do all the stars and stuff, but I feel like I need to do her name and address first before I do the stars, because I don't want the stars to interfere with like the writing. I want it to be very legible. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing her name. I have never used this. I'm hoping it works. This is graphite paper, but it's white. So you can put it on a dark background. I'm hoping it works. I have no clue. I've never done it before. It looks like just regular graphite paper. So let's do this thing. I'll just cut a little square and then I'll use that because I got this on Amazon a while ago and it was expensive for like this little tiny package. 4 sheets that are 9 by 13. Okay. It smells terrible, that's all I know. Ugh, like musty. like weird musty chalk. I'm trying to not be dramatic. It smells really bad. Is it because it's old? What is this? It smells like... the things we do for art. Oh my word. Okay, this is so great. What is this made out of? Does it say? What is this? What is this made out of? I'm trying to read the instructions. It's by Royal and Langnickel. It's like a legitimate brand. What in the world? I don't know what it's made out of. I'm assuming since it's graphite paper, it's probably some sort of graphite. I'm just cutting out a square to use. I mean, is this going to be worth it? I hope it's worth it. Oh, y'all, it smells like the bottom drawer in your grandmother's dresser that maybe had makeup from the 1940s in it, and maybe like a powdery talcum powder, like whatever, that was probably discontinued because people got ill from it. And you open the drawer and you get like this huge, massive cloud of the smell coming at you. I'm telling you all, this might be the first and last time I ever use this. I was just really hoping for like some sort of solution for using it on a dark background, you know, because I can't like trace it with a light box or anything. Kind of like mothballs, but not. It's like, oh my word. Okay, well, having put the rest of it away and only having this little bit out, the smell has dissipated. To like temporarily tape this. Okay, I don't smell that weird powdery smell at all anymore. It might just be because it was like wrapped up in a plastic bag. I really want to peek underneath and make sure all of this is transferring, like for real. Because if I'm doing this all for nothing. Oh, it looks so good. You guys can't see it, but it looks so good. This over here, bad. This, amazing. Switching to this pencil, so good. Like it's picking up the lines. Like this is a 0.5 pencil and this is a 0.7. I think just having a thicker lead, so you know you can add a little more pressure. I think that is the key. I don't think you need to. Okay, hold on. I'll make sure everything's on here. Oh, you guys, it's so good. You ready for this? It worked so well. I don't know what's happening over here. It's like it slid around. I'm like, what is happening? So I'm going to have to like pencil that in and figure that out. I think my paper moved. My paper must have moved. So it's not going to look perfect, but it's going to be good enough. I'm going to text my husband really quick and be like, I need your assistance in the craft room. Oh, I hear him. Are you coming up to help me? Yep. He's coming up. Okay. I need you to open this. You haven't been watching, have you? No. Okay. I need you to open this and smell it. There's a... Okay, it's open. It's open. You just have to smell it. Take a big old whiff.
Stick my nose all the way in the container.
Stick your nose in.
Yeah. It tastes like...
It tastes
like stale, rotten, not food, but air, but something nasty.
It tastes...
It's like a smell and a taste together. It's just like, it does not smell pleasant.
No. So I opened it up. I had to take all of them out. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, so bad. And then
I love your reaction.
the fact that you gagged. I love it so much. And then I had to like cut off a piece. There's this little tiny piece right here. here, and it stopped selling that. So I think it just needs to air out.
I love
Oh my
you.
word, I'm crying. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. All right. Back to NASA Bond. I love that you weren't watching at all, so you had no idea what to expect.
I thought I heard you talk about smell, but I wasn't really paying attention, and then that was a surprise.
Well, I'm glad you got my text message. Grab a paintbrush, and what kind of a bigger-ish one, but not too big, like a size 6. And we're going to place that right there. That will hopefully block all of that. That. Just using all the Post-its today. And then I can do that. There we go. And that should kind of block it enough. Got my wet paintbrush, and I'm just going to get the gouache to a nice consistency that I can splatter it off the edge of this block. Here we go. This is the scary part. Oh, big dots. Oops. Okay, we want little ones. Okay, this is a really, really big galaxy, apparently. All right, I'm getting some smaller flicks. Okay, now that I've got the smaller ones going, I'm going to remove this. Oh, crap. See, it got underneath. Dang it. All right, well, now that I have the little ones underway, I'm going to go ahead and just add the little splashes kind of all over. Okay, we're going to fix that. I'm going to figure out a way to fix it. So this needs to dry so that I can assess that situation. In my head, I'm thinking I could let it dry and then take a super black ink and do a black box for both lines and then put the address on it again. That is an option, because if I do any other black on top of this white, it's not going to match the not quite full black color, because this is like black ink on top of color. So it has kind of a grayish quality to it. I mean, you can still read the city. Maybe I just leave it. the zip code, as long as you have like the street and then the zip, it'll get there. It just bugs me that it's not quite right, you know, and that it's like smudgy. All right, so this is a forever stamp, so it will most definitely get to where it's going. And then for these other two, which are very vintage, like one's worth 6 cents and the other's worth 10 cents. I'm getting a paper towel and I'm going to spray it with water until it's pretty wet and like pretty soppy. And then I just press the postage stamp into it. You can also use a sponge, but I don't have a sponge right here, but I do have paper towels and a spray bottle. So then I'll put that right there. Really press that down. And then this last one, you can see how it discolors the paper towel. That's why you don't lick it. Sometimes I use a glue stick for this, but I don't have a glue stick out here convenient, so I'm just using its original adhesive, which is still good. I'm going to do some Distress Microglaze over everything except the postage stamps. I didn't do much. So, Distress Microglaze is kind of like it's the consistency of like chapstick, maybe a little bit softer. And you smear it all over your project or envelope or whatever you want to kind of protect from moisture. And you smear it all out, smear it on, and then you use a paper towel to buff off the excess and really press the product into the paper. And it kind of creates a barrier over the entire surface. So you don't want to put it over postage because the post office will still need to cancel the postage stamps. But you can put it over everything else and it works great. So I'm using a mini round blending tool, which as you can see has been used over many a project. It's my dedicated blending tool for this. And I'm just going to start like buffing it over the top. It's scary the first time you use it because you're like, oh, it's gonna smear all my work. Believe me, it doesn't. And it's kind of magical that it doesn't. So like I said, I'm skipping over the postage. I'm only adding it to the rest of the envelope. Lots of that. And can you guys see, like, if I tip it in the light, there's quite a bit on there. So now I'm going to use the paper towels. Look at this. I'm at the bottom of the jar. Good thing I have like 5 backups. So I'm going to take just 1/2 of my paper towel here, and then I can just buff it in, and it takes off the really thick layer of the Distress Microglaze, and then it's going to dry over the course of the next day or so, and it really is absorbed into the paper. All right, that's my mailbox. Ta-da! And this is a waterproof pen, so once it's dry, it doesn't even need to be sealed in. And that's the envelope for today. So here is the finished envelope. I think it turned out really great. I just need to wait, probably about a day for all of that microglaze to really be absorbed. And I think that turned out really great. That was really fun. I kind of want to do about 5 million more ink blended galaxies because that was fun. And not use the weird, like, whatever this was. It smelled so bad. Okay, well, anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you very soon on Wednesday for the very last envelope for Mail Art Month. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do mail art throughout the year. That just means it won't be every single video like it was for this month. So thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.